Yo, what's good? Y'all, it's your boy Jay back at it again, and today we got the worst punishments in history by the Paint Explainer. Man, y'all know what the deal is, man. Follow me on Jay's there and Jay's here. Without further ado, let's get started.
Yakuza finger removal, also known as Yubitsume. It's a ritual done to gain forgiveness after a member committed an offense to someone else in his group, and it consists of amputating portions of one's own little finger to show sincere apology and remorse to the other. I've put this one as the least painful because it doesn't usually cause lifelong.
I ain't gonna lie, it's not that bad. By the way, I'm eating. I'm got some chicken strips and some fries. Yo, this shit hitting, yo, but I mean, they probably just gonna get like a knife. One cut, it's done. It's gonna hurt, but I mean, you be alright. Like, if it's just like your pinky finger, you be alright, my nigga. It ain't even that bad for real, bro. And you usually go through this shit if you offend somebody else or do some like backdoor shit. So it is what it is.
Lasting pain, and it isn't deadly, unlike the brutal ones further down the list. Bastinado. Bastinado consists of beating the victim with a light rod, knotted cord, or lash, exclusively on the feet. Unlike most types of flogging, it is meant more to be painful than to cause actual injury. Even though if done too harshly or for too long, it might cause the victim to not be able to walk anymore. This one is also not deadly. Pitch capping. Pitch capping involves pouring
Actual hell is pitch capping.
hot pitch or tar into a conical paper cap and forcing it onto the victim's head.
Yo, how do niggas think of this shit? Like, niggas sitting down with like a funnel and some oil, like, yo, like, what if we heat this shit up and pour it on a nigga head? Like, yo, what's good with medieval? What's good with niggas in the past, bro?
Pitch was allowed to cool, and the cap was ripped off, removing skin and tissue from the victim's.
Yeah, yo, ass a nice little haircut, nigga. Ain't never have no hoes ever again.
Scalp, scarring him for life. It wasn't usually done with the intention of killing, but deadly infections after this weren't that.
Yeah, nigga, yo ass, these niggas was doing this in the 1700s. Yo ass gonna get an infection, bro. All it takes is one fly to land on your shit. Yo ass gonna look like a, zombie. Oh, mutated ass
Common,
nigga, man.
elephant's foot. This punishment, also known as gungarao, was mostly used in Asia, specifically India, and it consisted
I
of
think I've heard about this. They just torture niggas with elephants, bro.
killing the victim by crushing him with an elephant. There were two variations of this.
Yeah, some
if the
fucked up
victim was
ass
lucky,
shit.
his head would be placed on a pedestal, and the elephant would crush it, instantly killing him. This wasn't that painful because the victim would die instantly, but the second variation wasn't as forgiving. Some royal members wanted to sit down and enjoy a long show, so they ordered the elephant riders to train the elephants to
Like,
walk.
niggas were really trying to be entertained with torture. Like, nigga, if you don't read a book, go catch some butterflies, go meditate, nigga, like, do something else, like, exercise, nigga. Hit up the club with some Indian hoes. I don't know, bro. Do something else besides torture. Damn.
Over non-vital parts first, such as the legs and arms. The person would get crushed over and over before the elephant actually walked over his head and killed him. Poina cully. In ancient Rome, those who would kill their own father were subjected to poina cully. It was a death penalty that consisted of being sewn up in a leather sack with a mix of live animals, including a dog, snake, monkey, and a chicken, and then being thrown into water. Roman decimation. In ancient Rome, when military units or a large group were guilty of capital offenses, such as cowardice, mutiny, or desertion, they went through the process of decimation. A cohort of roughly 480 soldiers that needed to be punished was divided into groups of 10, and each group drew lots randomly. The soldier who picked the shortest straw had to be killed by his 9 friends, often by stoning, clubbing, or stabbing, while the 9 surviving ones had to stay outside the fortified
Yo, that shit sound awful.
security of the camp.
That's some old Hunger Games types. That's some jigsaw shit, boy, I ain't gonna lie.
For some time. Since the killed victim was chosen randomly, all soldiers in the group were potentially liable for execution, regardless of how guilty they were. Blowing from a gun. Blowing from a gun is a method of execution
Nigga, isn't that just artillery fire on some shit?
in which the victim is typically tied to the mouth of a cannon, which is then fired.
See, this shit so, I mean, you gonna die instantly, but it's like, y'all niggas gonna make me go out like a fucking anime character, bro. Like, what the actual hell?
Resulting in instant death. A description of what happens was given by an English soldier in the 19th century, and he said that the victim's head goes straight up into the air for about 40 or 50 feet. The arms fly off right and left, high up in the air, and fall at around 100 yards distance, while the legs drop to the ground beneath the muzzle of the gun. It's this low on the list because the victim probably doesn't feel a thing, as his death.
Yeah. I mean, that shit bad, but it's like you die instantly on some shit. Like, you, nigga, that, the amount of force that's being input into your body is gonna kill you. Like, I want some shit like this. If niggas execute me, just do me like this, bro. Have me looking like the nigga on that one Metro Boomin album.
Death is instant. Basil II's blind journey.
I already know there's gonna be some bullshit, bro. I already know that name is gonna be some fuck shit. I already
Byzantine
know, bro.
Emperor Basil II reportedly captured 15,000 Bulgarians during the Battle of Klyden, so he decided to use them as a message to their homeland. He divided the prisoners into groups of 100, and then he had 99 out of every 100 blinded, with the 100th man being blinded in only one eye, so that he could still lead the other 99 back home. Bulgarian Tsar Samuel died of a heart attack on October 6, 1040.
Like, how do niggas think of this evil ass shit? Like, yo, we gonna blind all these niggas. We gonna have y'all niggas looking like, you know what I'm saying, Helen Keller victims and shit. But you gonna have one eye. Like, how y'all think of this shit, yo?
Reportedly due to seeing his soldiers blinded. Castor oil poop barrels.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been eating watching this shit. What is this? Stuffing niggas in shit barrels and shit?
Making someone drink a lot of castor oil caused stomach pain and made them so sick that they could no longer hold their poop together. They would then put the person in a big human-sized barrel and remove them when the person confessed. This could even go as far as leaving the person to drown in their own body fluids inside the barrel if he didn't
Yeah, fuck that, I'm snitching, bro. I ain't gonna front, bro. I'd be damned to go out because of I'd be damned to go out because I suffocated in doo-doo, nigga. That's the least dignified death, bro. I ain't gonna front. Like, imagine you tell your ancestors, yo, I died because I fought a lion to protect my woman. That's some gangster stuff. That's gangster. Imagine telling your ancestors that you died because you suffocated on boo-boo, nigga. That shit, ugh.
Cooperate. Immurement. Immurement was used both as an execution method and as a lifelong imprisonment method. It consisted of putting someone in an enclosed space and really tight space, such as behind a wall, for the rest of his life. If it was used as an execution method, the person would be left to starve to death, while if it was used as imprisonment, they would regularly give the victim food. Rack. The person would be forced to lay on a rectangle-shaped wooden rack
we all know
that
what the rack is, bro. I ain't gonna front.
stretched the victim's body by pulling the arms and legs in opposite directions. It caused incredible pain and could lead to dislocated limbs and torn ligaments. It was mainly used as a method to get information, but it could also be used to tear the victim's limbs out and leave him bleeding to death. Tarring and feathering. Tarring and feathering is a form of public torture where a victim is stripped naked or stripped to the waist, while wood tar, sometimes hot, is either poured or painted onto the person. After that, the victim would have feathers thrown onto him, or he was rolled around on a pile of feathers so that they stuck to the tar. This would not only cause extreme burns to the victim's skin, permanently scarring him, but also psychologically humiliate him in public, as he was meant to look like a giant chicken walking around the street. Choke pear.
The fuck is it? Don't tell me they put this shit on your balls, bro. Don't tell me that shit, bro. Please, bro. Don't. No,
It was a metal
bro.
tool that was
They ain't that cool, right?
put into someone's mouth or booty hole, and then
Well, what's with niggas in the booty hole, bro? What the fuck, bro? I watched the Good Enough video on medieval torture. I watched my boy Young Don react to that shit. They said they put a spear in your. What is with niggas in the back door, bro? What is with niggas shoving shit in the booty hole, the prostate? Like, my nigga, just stab me in the throat or some shit. Get that shit out the way. You know, shove it up my rectum to hit the G spot. Like, I'm good, bro.
made bigger on purpose. The tool would stretch the tissue to the point of no return.
No, bro. You know these niggas got infections, bro. You know these niggas got infections. They ain't had no. No, bro. Stop.
Aztecs' live heart removal. When the Aztecs sacrificed people to Huitzilopochtli, the sun god, the victim would be placed on a sacrificial stone, and the priest would then cut through the abdomen with an obsidian or flint blade. The heart would be torn out, still beating, and held towards the sky in honor of the sun god. Heretic's fork. It's a collar with two sets of metal forks at each end. One set was placed under the chin and the other at the sternum, and the device was secured around the neck. This forced the victim to keep their head raised, leading to severe discomfort and sleep deprivation. The person would be...
I ain't gonna lie, I could survive this shit. Y'all, all my dreadheads who watch my channel, y'all ever get a retwist and the person sitting on the couch and they had to like did the back and they like get in your front, nigga, you got. Bro, when my mom used to do my hair, bro, when my mom tried doing my retwist, right, my shit would be so nice, but that shit would take that shit would take like at least 5 hours, bro. I ain't gonna front. Like, I'd rather just pay someone to do it at that point. Like, pay them once every like 2 months, shit, we good. But nah, this shit, that's what this shit felt like. Had my head held up I know y'all can't see because I don't got no camera right now, but my shit was held up. Nigga, that shit was not fun. Like, bro, that was a whole net workout, bro. I ain't gonna front, man.
Asked questions or just be left there while the fork slowly pierced through their neck and jaw, and this lasted until the victim could no longer hold their head raised, causing the fork to pierce through. Rat's cup. A method attributed to the Roman Emperor Nero involved tying a cup filled with hungry rats to the victim's stomach and then applying heat to the bottom, forcing the rats to burrow through the victim's body to escape.
Like, the niggas who think of this shit gotta have a special place in hell. Like, there's no way you think of this shit, bro. Nigga, why? What's with niggas in torture, bro? Like, yo, freaky ass nigga, like...
In some parts of South America, they used a variation of this method called the rectoscope, which
What's with niggas in the booty hole, bro? Like, again, what the fuck? Like, yo, what's with niggas shoving shit in another nigga booty hole? Like, what's going on?
Consisted of inserting living rats into a victim's rectum.
Yeah, we know. I can see by the name, the rectoscope. Like, yo, y'all, bro. Y'all niggas is nasty, bro. What the fuck? Who thinks it is? Like, how could humans be so mean to each other, bro?
Forcing them to make their way through the victim's...
I might have to put this as a thumbnail.
Body to get out. Catherine's wheel. An execution method where the victim's limbs were tied to a large wheel and then struck with a hammer or iron bar, breaking their bones in multiple places. The wheel was placed on display later on.
Oh, that nigga look like a rotisserie chicken.
Often leaving the victim to starve, boiling alive. The victim would be lowered into a large container with a boiling liquid, such as oil, gradually and slowly. The first exposed parts would be the extremities, such as fingers and toes, which have lots of nerve endings and cause incredible pain. Then the skin, muscles, and fat softened and liquefied due to the heat, while internal organs and the flesh got boiled from the outside, making this a slow and agonizing process. In another variation, which is thought to be even more painful and long, the victim would be lowered into a normal temperature liquid, which would be gradually heated until it started boiling. Keel hauling.
Yo, this kill me, bro. What the fuck? Like, niggas is really getting treated like ramen noodles and shit, all boiled? Nah, I'm good, gang.
Keel hauling was a severe maritime punishment where a sailor was tied to a rope and dragged underwater from one side of the ship to the other, passing under the ship's keel. If the
Yeah, you either drowned or you got fucking mutilated by all the... And the thing is, most of these punishments was in the era before modern medicine and anesthesia. So your ass is experiencing all this pain, and even if you miraculously survive, your ass is gonna get an infection, bro. Like, if this had happened to you was in like 17th century Europe, you're getting infected, my nigga.
Person did not drown or get vital damage from the rusty and sharp wooden body of the ship itself. They would just do it again until the person was no longer alive. It was feared for its brutality. Sawing.
Oh, word, you gonna have to mute that shit. Word, well, Fargo's was good with it. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta get back to this reaction right quick. You know what I'm saying? So we see what this shit is.
When used as an execution method, the victim would be hanged upside down to make the blood flow to the head, increasing the time the person was conscious.
Like, what the like, why can't y'all just kill niggas, bro? Why we gotta do all this extra shit? Like, and this is the shit they do to niggas in medieval Europe because you stole an apple or you practice a different religion. Like, you ain't really hurt nobody. And these niggas would give you the most brutal punishment known to man. Like, I know why these niggas upside down was because he's have all the blood rush to his head, so he's in pain long. Like, it's so
the executioner
evil,
would then divide the victim.
And the worst part is that niggas would really attend this shit like it was like the NFL league or something, bro. Like this was the national like NBA championship. Niggas watch you get your whole bottom half mutilated.
Into two halves, starting from the groin and moving upwards. Hanged, drawn, and quartered. This method was used to execute men convicted of high treason in medieval and early modern Britain and Ireland, and it consisted of multiple steps. The convicted traitor was tied to a wooden board and dragged behind a horse to the execution site. There, he was almost hanged to death, then mutilated, and had his organs removed, before being beheaded and his body divided into 4 parts.
Yo, can y'all niggas just kill me, bro? God damn. God damn, bro. Damn, all this extra. Bro, these niggas is so extra with it, bro. Like, just hang me. Why the fuck you gotta have me on horseback, getting carried by a horse? Then y'all gotta almost kill me. Then y'all gotta get my organs out. Like, bro.
just in case he was still alive. These remains were often displayed in well-known places across the country.
Oh, great. Yay, now the whole area is gonna smell like dead bodies and shit. Yes, sir.
Like London Bridge.
Yeah, the whole area is gonna fucking reek. Yes, sir.
To warn others about the consequences of being a traitor. Glastration.
Don't even tell me, bro. Why am I seeing a John? What the actual? See, it's niggas with the booty hole. Why am I seeing a Johnson and torture? I don't like this. And why am I seeing bamboo? Why am I seeing bamboo between two cheeks? What is going on here?
This method wasn't always deadly, but in my opinion, it deserves this spot because of how brutally painful it sounds. It's the method of inserting a glass rod into a man's erect willy and then—
No. Oh, no, bro. What the fuck? Like, man, I'm happy to be alive now. Man, I'm so happy. Man, I know the world's going crazy right now, but I'm so happy I've never had to experience any shit like this. Like, just kill me with the firing squad or nigga, just kill me, bro. Fuck. Oh, just the thought of that shit. Niggas gonna hit a hammer and break it, so now you gotta pee, nigga. Ah! And you know they had no anesthesia or no good surgeries back in the day, so your ass your dick gone, bro. Your shit done. Yo, Johnson gonna have permanent damage on it. That shit gonna get infected. Oh.
Smashing it with a hammer, causing the glass rod to fragment into multiple small pieces that shattered all over the insides. Bamboo through booty hole.
See, what the fuck is this?
A bamboo would be put inside a person's booty hole, and it would be left there. The bamboo would grow really quickly inside the man, causing incredible pain. It was sometimes left until it exited from the other side. Spanish donkey. This was a sharp-angled wooden device on which the victim was forced to sit, straddling it like a donkey, with weights attached to their—
I ain't gonna lie, my nigga, bro. If we spend all this energy and time instead of torturing each other and we put this shit towards, like, technological advancements and helping each other, nigga, we be colonizing Mars and Venus, nigga. We would have space cities. But no, niggas want to torture each other. Niggas want to... Did I just see you steal a piece of bread to feed your starving family? Off with his head, like, nigga, really? Are you kidding me, bro?
Feet. This would increase pressure and pain on the body, often causing severe injury to the legs and spine until the victim was ripped apart by their body weight. Brazen bull. A metal statue shaped like a real-sized bull was used to lock someone inside and then heated up with fire underneath. The person inside would feel extreme heat and pain while being burned alive, and it was meant to scare others by showing how bad the punishment could be. There were special pipes to make the victim breathe, which also made the screams hearable for the crowd, resulting in a bull-like sound. The steam—
You sick bastard. Didn't the nigga who come up with it, wasn't he put in this shit?
Steam would leave from the bull's nose for extra realism. Impalement. The brutal part of impaling, like crucifixion, is that the victim tortured himself. In a famous variant, he was set up high, on a stake, so that it didn't actually penetrate anything vital, so long as he stayed up on his toes, so he could keep it from going any deeper so long as he kept his own weight on his feet. When the victim would get tired, he would slip a little further, and when he felt the pain, he would scramble up again on the already aching—
So sick, y'all. It's sick, bro. And the humans is sick. Humans is nasty, nigga. Like, how you do this to someone, bro? Like, I ain't gonna... How we come up with this shit? How we come up with this bullshit, bro?
and exhausted muscles, only to repeat this process out of exhaustion a little later, and so on.
They really making your ass do porn star drills. They making your ass do... I don't even want to give the names. I want y'all to stop gooning, but they really making your ass look crazy, bro.
Until something vital got pierced. Another variant consisted of the Judas chair, a torture device featuring a pyramid-shaped seat where the victim was placed at the top, with ropes used to lower and suspend their body weight onto the sharp apex. The chair would slowly rip the person apart. Flaying. Flaying was a gruesome method where the skin was removed from the body while the victim was still alive. This extreme form of torture was used to cause intense, slow pain and suffering, eventually leading to death through shock or infection.
Don't have your ass look like the colossal titan, bro. I'm good, bro.
The skin, lacking major blood vessels, did not cause rapid blood loss, so victims could remain conscious and endure prolonged agony. It was often considered a meticulous process, requiring precision and skill from the executioner, and rather than removing the skin in pieces, cultures sought methods to flay the victim more efficiently and completely, sometimes using substances like boiling water to facilitate the process. Blood eagle. This one was—
Niggas is so gross. How the fuck... If we put all this time and energy instead of torturing niggas... I already said this before. we be on Mars, Jupiter, every disease be cured. Niggas, we have space nanotech, niggas could fly. Like, we deadass would have been living amazing, but no, niggas want to torture each other. Niggas want to shove bamboo in booty holes and shit. Like,
was a brutal ritual where the victim's ribs were cut from the spine and spread out to resemble wings, while the lungs were pulled through the openings, causing a slow
I'm
agony.
glad I don't finish with my meal before all this. I'm so glad I finished eating before all this gruesome shit was said.
Death. It's short, but it's one of the most brutal ones, in my opinion. Ling Chi. Also known as death by
Like, is this what is this?
1,000 cuts, it was a famous method used in China to prolong the suffering for as long as possible. There were multiple variations of this method, even though almost all of them included cutting the skin deep enough to cause incredible pain, but not deep enough to allow the victim to lose blood. In one variation, the victim
This is the shit Kakashi got hit when he was in Itachi's Infinite Tsukiyomi, bro. I ain't gonna front.
was restrained, and an executioner would pull knives out at random, each with a body part on it. Left forearm, right thigh, left foot, neck, etc. Each time he'd pull a knife out, he would make a cut on that body part.
Yo, this shit gotta be an ability in the anime. I know this messed up because this had actually happened to somebody at one point in time. But it's gotta be like an anime.
This would continue until the executioner
no
pulled out the knife with the heart on it, and that's when he stabbed the victim through the heart. In another variation, they would tie a fishnet tightly around someone's body and cut off the pieces of skin that popped up in the holes of the net. In the most brutal version, they would bury someone up to their neck, make a cross-shaped cut at the crown of the head, peel the skin back, and pour mercury
what the bro, who thinks of this shit, yo?
in the wound. The mercury, through its weight, would separate skin from flesh, and as the person struggled to unbury themselves, they would eventually leave their skin behind in the hole. Scaphism. This one is considered by many to be the worst execution method. In this punishment,
Scaphism, bro, I don't know what this is. They basically make you eat honey and milk, and they leave you for the wildlife. This might be, I don't think anybody deserves. I deadass think nobody deserves. Some of these punishments, I don't think anybody deserves, bro. There's I know niggas do horrible things. We got pedos, murderers, rapists running about, but I don't. Sometimes you just gotta be like, that's a little much, don't you think? Like, just kill that. Just give them the chair, shoot them. You know what I'm saying? Stomp them out with a pack of Timbs, like something like this. Cause this shit is just this. No, I don't think nobody deserves some shit like this.
the condemned person was placed inside a boat or between two boats, lying on their back with their arms and legs protruding through holes. They were force-fed large amounts of milk and honey, which induced severe diarrhea, and their entire body was smeared with the same mixture. This made them attractive to rodents, bugs, wasps, bees, flies, and whatever other animals lived near the lake. They would eat and bite at the victim's flesh, and when the next morning arrived, the boat would be brought back to the coast, and they would force-feed him another gigantic meal of milk and honey, also placing it on him once more. This was done on a daily basis to prolong the punishment for as long as possible. It was reported that the rats would usually try to go into the person's booty hole, and that the method was so long that it seemed to have no end, with a person surviving
17. Yeah, kill me. Hell no. That is 2 weeks and a half of this shit. Yeah, no, that's worse than death. I ain't gonna lie. It's half a month of this being eaten alive. Rats they probably oh no.
17 days. This person reportedly had his entire face completely covered with wasps, and his flesh was rotting away, filled with swarms of parasites and worms, all while being covered in his own filth. If you want to discuss this video,
yeah, I'll watch this shit. 7 p. Yo, I gotta watch something happy after this shit. This shit, yeah. Yo, shout out the Pain Explainer, man. I see you got motion. I respect it, but yeah, bro, this was a rough one. I don't really think this is not good vid, but golly. But with that being said, shout out to Pain Explainer for this video. You already know what the deal is, man. Stay healthy, and stay blessed. It's your boy Jay, and I'm out.